This is Bruce Friedman of Adult Site Broker, and welcome to Adult Site Broker Talk, where every week we interview one of the movers and shakers of the adult industry, and we give you a tip on buying and selling websites. This week we'll be talking to Jay Kopita, the president of Why Not Group. Adult Site Broker is proud to announce the launch of our new website at adultsitebroker.com. We've added some enhancements to the site, such as FAQs and a complete new platform. The look and feel of the new site are nice and up to date. The new site also has links to our popular marketplace and our affiliate program. Plus, don't forget ASB Marketplace, the first platform where you can buy and sell adult sites and domains for free. ASB Marketplace allows buyers and sellers the chance to come together on properties that are valued below our company's minimum of $50,000. Don't pay for other marketplaces when ASB Marketplace gives you this service for free. Visit asbmarketplace.com and sign up as a seller or as a buyer today. And of course, there's ASB Cash, the first affiliate program for an adult website brokerage, where you can earn as much as 20% of our broker commission referring sellers and buyers to us at Adult Site Broker. Check out asbcash.com for more details and to sign up. Now let's feature our property of the week that's for sale at Adult Site Broker. We're proud to offer for sale an adult pay site discount and review platform. The site offers top discounts to the hottest networks in adult entertainment. In addition, they offer full-length scenes to these sites so surfers can sample the content. Also, these scenes serve to keep the visitors engaged longer on the site than the traditional review site. They offer outstanding prices to adult networks on behalf of their visitors. The surfers on the site will be hard-pressed to find a better price to their favorite network, including Evil Angel, Adult Time, Brazzers, Bang Bros, and just about every other top adult network and site. They've been growing their email list since 2020, and the list has grown to over 2,000 in the past 6 months. Their unsubscribe rate is in the low single digits. Their free porn section is growing, and they currently have roughly 150 scenes. Their traffic has been all organic until recently, but now they've started paying for traffic as well. This has boosted their ability to grow their email list and get return visitors. You can buy this outstanding discount and review platform for only $956,000. Now time for this week's interview. My guest today on Adult Site Broker Talk is Jay Kopita, partner at Why Not Group, a.k.a. LAJ. Jay, thanks for being with us again here on Adult Site Broker Talk.
Hey, thanks a ton for having me, Bruce. Appreciate it.
Always great having you. Now, Why Not has been around since 1996. Hard to believe. At that time, their goal was to provide early online developers of adult websites with a central hub where they could network and promote ethical business practices in what was then a largely lawless internet. The company has changed ownership several times since its early days, eventually moving its core presence to the domain whynot.com and branching out with additional services for businesses. Today, the company Why Not Group offers a variety of B2B services for adult companies. Why Not also operates the blog Why Not Europe, which focuses on adult business news coming out of the EU. Now, in early 2016, the company added Why Not Shoot Me, a photojournalism site in collaboration with veteran adult industry photographer Buster Brown. Recently, Why Not added Why Not Cam, an online magazine that offers tips and advice to cam models. In addition to its well-read blogs and resource sites, Why Not Group also operates popular industry events in collaboration with the biggest industry business conferences. Why Not Grand Prix takes place at multiple trade shows throughout the year, when there are trade shows, and lets participants compete against each other in exciting and fun go-kart races. Plus, the well-attended Why Not Awards formal event takes place each year in Prague in collaboration with the TES Affiliate Summit. The Why Not Awards offers the adult industry an opportunity to recognize the biggest achievers in the adult online sector. Now, Why Not also owns and operates Why Not Mail, a hosted email marketing and delivery platform that provides companies with a powerful platform for driving email marketing success. Recently, Why Not added the Why Not Cam Awards and Why Not Community in Hollywood, not to mention Why Not Marketplace. Oh, I'm just tired saying all that. God, before we went on, Jay and I were talking, and Jay's like, God, I'm so busy with so many things. Yeah, I get it, man. I get it. Now,
Yeah.
oh God. Now, well, how's it going, Jay? It's been a while.
It has, but I got to say that was pretty freaking awesome. The way you just like nailed like everything, and I'm like sitting here going, "Oh, he's doing better than I would have done." I mean, obviously you did some research and you probably collected writings that we have and descriptions
Sure.
here and there and everything. But the way you did it and everything, it was pretty damn impressive. The only thing that's
Thank
really
you.
changed is the Why Not Grand Prix. We haven't done that since 2019, obviously due to the pandemic and everything.
Mhm.
But I think I'm going to get rid of that and do something different starting
Really?
next year. I'm not sure what. The kart racing lasted for 10 years, which,
Mhm.
was pretty amazing. We did probably, I don't know, 4 on the average per year, 4 events. So I
Yeah.
probably did like 40 Why Not Grand Prix.
Hmm.
So, yeah, probably time to do something different. But yeah, all up, I'm good. I'm all over the place. I'm working, ridiculous hours. I've also got a podcast going now called Seat
Yeah.
of Your Pants, where we're
Yeah.
interviewing models. And it's just, we just got to stay ahead of the curve. I mean, we're doing
Mhm.
as much as we can, trying to, keep our relevance growing.
Right.
And, it's working. So
Right.
there you go.
Right. Now, we got some events coming up. Tell us about the Why Not Awards in Prague. I'm going to
Yeah.
assume, since it's a live show, that you're doing this in person this year, correct?
Yeah, we're going to push through it. I mean, here's the thing, we did the Why Not Awards online last year, and it was quite successful for doing an
Mhm.
online show. I've been doing it for 10 years now, every year in Prague at the European Summit, also known as the TES affiliate conferences. It awards the business sector of the industry,
Right.
CAM networks and affiliate programs, hosting, billing, you know, everything you can think of as far as like businesses are concerned.
Mhm.
And we also award a few more companies that are part of the CAM sector. We do some personal awards like Businessman of the Year, Business Woman of the Year,
Mhm.
Ambassador, CAM model celebrity, stuff like that.
Mhm.
We just tailor it as good as we can for the crowd that typically attends the European Summit, and it's changed and morphed a little bit over the years.
A lot,
But
actually.
yeah, we try to remain true to our roots and everything.
Yes.
And not to be confused with the Why Not Cam Awards that goes on in Hollywood, where we only award performers. With the Why Not Awards in Prague, I'm not sure when this episode will air, but yes, we're doing it in person. We're being
Mhm.
as safe as we possibly can, and I'm getting a lot of support. And we've got a dozen sponsors on board this year,
Great.
and I've already totaled up probably, I mean, I don't know how many seats, VIP seats and tables I've got going on, but
Hmm.
I'm expecting that it's going to be smaller, and that's just the nature of the beast for right now. But
Sure.
I booked my flight, I booked my room, I've got everything. I mean, I'm ready to go. I just haven't finished putting the show together, but it's on.
I wish I could join. Wish I could join you in Prague this year, but as I told you, I just finished a 15-day. We're recording this in mid-August. I just completed a 15-day hotel quarantine here in Thailand, and yeah, once was enough. Thanks. So if it wasn't for that, I'd be in Prague. That's my favorite show.
Well, sure. Well, let me ask you this: like, after how many days were you starting to lose your mind?
The first.
Oh, Jesus.
Well,
Wow.
when you look down below, and I shit you not, there is barbed wire in the garden below. I'm sure that was courtesy of the Thai government. And what was really funny about the barbed wire was I was looking at the path of it, and you could literally have walked through it and around it.
Well, why didn't you?
Well, it was a drop to the garden, and
Uh-huh.
oh no, you don't want to fuck with that here. Then you end up in real jail, which
Okay.
I've heard about Thai jails. I don't want to experience one.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. What was it? A movie that I saw, but it wasn't a Thai prison. I think it was a Turkish prison.
Always.
Midnight Express.
Ah.
Yeah. I mean, obviously,
No,
different country and everything,
no,
but
I
you
don't
know,
think
yeah,
I don't think I want to find out. To be honest with
no,
you, I think I'm just going to say yes sir, no sir, and
sure,
yeah, that's probably the way. So anyway, I think after October they're going to relax it because they want to have some kind of a high season here. But
yeah,
the only thing that's high right now are the COVID cases and deaths. Unfortunately, yesterday
yeah.
they had 3 times as many deaths as the first year.
Well,
So
it's
needless to,
unvaccinated people. You know, I mean,
well, yeah, but here's the difference. Okay, in America, everyone can get vaccinated, and they don't. In
yeah,
Thailand, they don't have enough vaccines.
right, right. Yeah, it's too bad.
It really is, and everyone wants to get vaccinated. So
Yeah,
anyway,
sure.
we won't get into that. Anyway, so I know the Why Not Awards has matured from its beginnings, obviously a lot. How long have you been doing that now?
Our first year was 2011,
Oh wow.
and yeah, so this is our
How's it changed?
11th
So
year.
how's it changed?
Well, it's grown considerably.
Uh-huh.
The categories, we've done a lot more categories over the years. I think the first year we did like, I don't know, 20 categories. This
Mm-hmm.
year there's nearly 40, but
Hmm.
we don't do trophies for all the categories. The format of how I do the show is a lot more, I don't know, it's a lot more involving. We've got really a formula on how we do it that makes
Mm-hmm.
it work. And, you know, people just go and they know that they're going to have a good time. They're going to have dinner. They're going to have drinks. And it's, you know, it's a thing. So it's like, even if you're not really in the show or nominated for anything, it's really a great opportunity to go and hang out with, you know, a lot of high profile companies,
Mm-hmm.
as well as, you know, a lot of decision makers, and just, you know, to see others and be seen. It's a great night.
It sounds really good. Plus, we get to hear Jay tell jokes.
Yes, I'm actually going to be doing some stand up on the stage this year because, you know, fuck it, I want to.
Well, good. Hey, it's your show. You could do what you want, right?
Uh, well, I mean, you know, people are paying to be there, so I want to make sure that they, you know, get. You know, I'll try some stuff. I mean, I usually do a few jokes here and there anyway,
Yeah.
and I mean, if things start to work, then I'll go on with it. If not, then I'll just, you know, shift gears and do something else, which is, you know, something I'm used to doing on stage. You know, getting a good read of the audience and what's working and what isn't, and then shifting is necessary.
How does your background as an actor help with that?
Well, you know, I mean, I obviously have absolutely no problem performing and being in front of people.
We know.
You know, I'd say one thing that it definitely did, because I don't really incorporate a lot of my acting and my person. I mean, it's my personality more than anything. The
Mm-hmm.
fact that I got rejected so many freaking times as an actor between the ages of like, I don't know, late teens up until I was, you know, probably about 30 almost. And then I just got into this industry, and now I still
Right.
do auditions here and there. But, you know, just being rejected so many times and just seeing so much of, you know, because I knew a lot of friends that either did stand up or did ensemble comedy, or,
Mm-hmm.
you know, have made it and gone on to do TV shows and movies and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So just living and experiencing, it's really kind of taught me a lot on how to play an audience and how to read it. And, you know, it doesn't hurt that I'm pretty well known.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I've got that going for me.
Well, sure, especially in this industry.
Yeah.
Are you doing any acting these days?
Nah, I haven't really done anything. My agent sends me audition notices every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, a lot of it has to just, you have to record it. And I don't really like doing that. I'm much better off if I actually get in front of a person physically. That gives me such an advantage over a lot of my competitors. Which, you know, definitely hurts when you're unable to do that. So, you know, a lot of stuff they send me, it's like, you know, they need someone ages 30 to 60, open ethnicity. I mean, it's really cattle call type stuff.
Sure.
And unless it's like something, because like, you know, I wouldn't say let myself go, but I mean, like my hair's longer.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah. I just, unless it's something where it's like specifically needed, some dude who, you know, is like 45 years old and, you know, is ragged and is something, I don't know. If it's something that really fits my description, then I'll pay attention to it, you know?
Yeah. Since you mentioned that, for those of us who follow you on Facebook, what the hell's going on with your hair?
Well, Basically, what happened was in early 2020, after I got back from Colombia, there was supposed to be the LAL Expo.
Yep.
Columbia, AJ was going to do another show in Vegas, like the first week of April.
Right.
And so when I got back from Colombia, mid to late February 2020, I was like, okay, that's going to be my next show since Phoenix Forum wasn't going to happen, and it usually would like a few weeks later.
Right.
And then there was the European Summit in Lisbon. But getting from Austin to Lisbon is like a major pain in the ass in the dead of winter. So it's like, I'm not going to do that. So I was just planning on going and getting my hair cut and getting ready to go to Vegas in a month and a half. And then COVID hit. And then, it's like we were pretty much led to believe, don't leave your house, don't do this, don't do that. I mean, I took it pretty seriously right from the start. So
Sure.
I ended up not getting my hair cut. And then, it's like a few months passed by and then a few more months. And I mean, I literally, the whole summer of 2020 into the fall, I didn't leave. I didn't do shit for like almost 9 months probably.
Yeah.
And during that time, my hair grew and I was very accustomed to just being antisocial. And, I was bummed out so much of the time. And then, Biden got elected, thank God. And I was like, yeah, it's like things started turning around a little bit. But at that point, it was like, you know what? I'm in my 50s. I still have most of my hair. Fuck it. Let's just keep going. So here we are, like 9 months later than that. And I mean, other than getting things evened out a few months ago, I haven't had like a legit haircut now in a year and a half.
Was it down to your knees now?
No, but it is, let's see. I mean, it's below my collar for sure.
Uh-huh.
And in the front, if I lean forward a little bit, I could touch my nipples with the tips of my hair.
Ooh, very good.
Yep.
Very good.
Yeah.
So now let's talk back to business. Let's talk about the Why Not Cam Awards in Hollywood. Last year, I believe it was a virtual show.
Actually, no, we skipped it last year completely.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then it was the year. It was a year before. Was it year before? A year before it was a live show.
Yeah. What we did was we launched Why Not Cam Awards in 2018 just by itself.
Right.
We wanted to do it earlier in the year. We were considering a different city, and the way circumstances, the way they were, and we needed to get it done during the calendar year 2018. We ended up doing the Why Not Cam Awards by itself on our own in Hollywood in October.
Right.
We wanted it earlier in the year, so we pushed a few months earlier for 2019 and ended up having it in August in LA. But we also, decided let's also add a trade show to it because, a lot of people they can't have the luxury of just taking a day and going to LA and doing this. I mean, unless they have other business there, it's difficult. So we added a 2.5, 3 day trade show called Why Not Community. And we did that in August to, great success for a first year trade show. Then, we were going to push it forward a few months earlier for 2020. And then, of course, all this shit happened. And instead, we launched the Why Not Summit, which is an online trade show for everybody in the industry. We've been doing that.
Okay. That's what I was thinking.
We did that 2 Julys in a row. But with the Why Not Cam Awards, you just can't duplicate because, I mean, it's the gold standard. It's the Oscars night for Cam and Clips performers.
Right.
You can't duplicate the red carpet. You can't duplicate the dinner, the entertainment, the drinks. I mean, it's a whole experience. And we just decided, you know what? It's not fair to everyone if we were to do this virtually this year. So we took a year off and focused on Why Not Summit and other things, and including especially Why Not Mail, because that grew big in 2020. So now we wanted to do it live. We're going to do it in LA. We're going to be pretty strict on how we handle, who can attend. And it's just the way it is. I mean, we got to do it. We got to push forward.
How are you going to be strict on who can attend? Are they going to have to be vaccinated, tested, and all that?
Yeah, they're going to need to be vaccinated, and they're going to need to show us proof. We've got this documented on our page for badges. We've got this documented in a lot of different places. Obviously, we're going to be driving this point home numerous times over the next several weeks, because the last thing we want to do is have someone show up and then not be able to get in. And I mean, as info, it's well documented that LA County is starting to impose these kinds of regulations on businesses, saying that, okay, it's required that you need to be vaccinated. And this is going on in LA County. I believe it's going on in places in New York, like restaurants and gyms. You need a vaccination and proof. And then LA County is leading in that direction. So, we're getting in front of it and saying, hey, okay, we see the writing on the wall.
Yeah.
And the last thing we want to do is put any of the people that want to be at our show and legitimately, care about themselves and others and jeopardize them.
Right.
So that's how it's going to have to be.
Great. Great. Well, you know what? You're responsible. And I think in this day and age, it's important to be responsible. That's unless you live in Florida. Okay. So, uh, you mentioned Why Not Community in Hollywood.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now talk about that show and how are preparations going?
It's good. I mean, we're already well underway for the Why Not Cam Awards as far as like suggestions for the nominations,
Mm-hmm.
and in the process, we've locked down the W Hollywood. We've got a portion of rooms that we have at a discount rate. We're taking over a portion of the hotel. I'm still looking for sponsors, but we do have several on board already. In fact, I would
Nice.
actually like to give a quick shout out to my sponsors, at least for both events.
Mm.
For the Why Not Cam Awards, at least, we've got Chatterbait, I Want Clips, Live Jasmine, and Branded Scan as our 4 main platinum sponsors. They've all been on board. They're very extremely supportive.
Sure.
Obviously, without them, we wouldn't be able to do this show.
Right.
So it's critical that we have their support. And then with Why Not Community, we've got Chatterbait on as our presenting sponsor, which they also did a couple of years ago. And then as far as our platinum sponsors, we've got I Want Clips, Strip Chat, and Nafty, which is crypto. So the way we're doing this for Why Not Community is we're having like kind of a opening night on October 11th. And then we've got a full day of seminars and networking and opportunities, primarily for performers, whether they're just getting started or whether they've been around several years, for cams and clips.
Yep.
Obviously, we're going to have porn stars there too. And any kind of entity that does business with cam networks and clips platforms, we highly encourage them to go.
Sure.
Executives, affiliates, anyone that would have any cause to do business with the cams and clips industries and want to reach out to numerous models. So all day the 12th and all day the 13th of October are full day trade show days. We'll probably do something small in the morning of the 14th, but then obviously everybody needs time to get ready for the Cam Awards going on that evening with the red carpet starting around 5 or 5:30.
Awesome. Now talk about the format of that show. You guys really do that up big.
The Why Not Cam Awards?
Yes.
Yes. So, we're going to be live streaming it worldwide. I'm in the process of working with a crew, which we did in 2019 and 2018. We like to try to get things moving so that no one's really waiting long in the wings to get on the red carpet. We've got probably, I'm going to get about a dozen different models who are going to be red carpet interviewers. We'll have a camera and a boom guy on the front of the carpet, as well as the back of the carpet. And I'm going to have an inside host walking around and talking. And it's going to be run like a TV show, just back and forth to one to the next, with whoever's ready and queued up. So this goes on from about 5 or 5:30 p.m. till about 7:30 p.m. This is, really nicely coordinated. It's a lot of fun. It's going on Vine Street, which just north of Hollywood Boulevard, a very famous area in Hollywood, right next to Capitol Records. Then what we're doing at, I think, starting at around 7 o'clock even, dinner service is going to be starting inside. So the earliest people from the red carpet will be able to start enjoying that. There'll be an open bar. There will also be general admission seating upstairs in the balcony. These tickets are very low priced, and that means that anybody who doesn't get in for a VIP seat or is nominated but is in the industry and wants to watch the show, we've got tickets very low price, and in some cases you can bring a friend for free. All this is explained on awards.whynotcam.com. And, I'm not sure about capacity as far as how many models and how many executives could be in the venue at a time. But we're looking to be able to fit a few hundred.
Very good.
So we've got some entertainers. I'm, nailing down, some stand-up comics that are going to be doing this, last year, or not last year, the year before. We had Brad. Oh, God, what's his last name? Damn it. We had Kate Quigley and Brad, and I cannot remember his last name. This happens when you get old. You forget people's names.
I'm sorry. Who are you?
And then we do the award show, which clocks in at about 100 minutes, which is long enough to keep everyone's attention, but not long enough for people to want more. And then the after party starts right after, right there in the venue upstairs.
That sounds amazing. I mean,
Yeah.
you guys have put a lot of work into this.
Yep, it's a great time, and it's well orchestrated. We've got it down. We were really building momentum, and then 2020 happened, unfortunately.
So many people were building momentum on so many things, and 2020 happened, and then 2021 happened, but we won't go there. Okay.
Yeah.
So, speaking of 2021, you live in Texas. I just mentioned Florida. How has the pandemic been in your neck of the woods?
I have a few friends in the industry here. I have a few more friends who are not in the industry here. We're all being as safe as we possibly can. Over the last few weeks with the spike of Delta, even though I am vaccinated, I've been neglecting to go to the gym just because I'm a little freaked out on things. And, I've been reading that there's breakthrough cases, and I really don't want that. My kid goes to high school. His school starts in a few days. I'm really worried about him. He isn't worried in the least, but he's a smart kid, and he's, going to be very careful. What they're saying, I mean, hospitals are overflowing. It's been ridiculous. But I mean, I'm out in suburbia. I don't really see any of this stuff. I am a little bit of a hermit when I'm here, and I've really learned how to be a hermit over the last year and a half.
Haven't we all?
So, yeah, I just don't see a lot of this going on. But I mean, I read the news, I look at statistics, and I see what's going on. And yeah, I mean, it's pretty much a shit show of epic proportions, depending on, how much of it you want to believe.
And where you are.
Yeah.
And it's a real shit show right now in Thailand, man, let me tell you. So talk a little bit about Why Not Mail. I've certainly used it myself. How can that benefit people in the industry?
So Why Not Mail is an awesome platform for anyone to use where they have their own generated email list. If you have a great email list, and something that you want to sell to these people, and it's adult in nature and not adult. I mean, we accept a lot of adult, non-adult accounts, but if you have something that's adult in nature, chances are much more than likely the platform that you're using has it somewhere in their terms of services that you are not allowed to do anything explicit. Sometimes it's a little bit more vague than that, but at the end of the day, I can't tell you how many people have lost their email accounts, or they've lost their email marketing accounts using a mail service that lumps them in with trafficking and, pharmaceuticals and illegal activities and pyramid schemes and all that shit. And it's just like, to save a few bucks, why on earth would you even want to work with a company that holds you in such low regard?
Right.
We've had Why Not Mail now for like 11, 12 years. And, at the end of the day, we help you as much as you want, as little as you want. And it's so much more than just an email software platform. I mean, we've got great help. Richard has been, managing accounts for us for the duration. And, we're in the industry. The Why Not name's been around for 25, almost 26 years now. We go to shows. We want to see you succeed. We're here to help. And, there's a few things and a few verticals that we won't work with that, are either because they're illegal federally in the United States. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of networks, there's a lot of solo site owners, individual proprietors, companies, cam networks, traffic networks that are sending out insane amounts of emails through our platform and getting inbox and making much more than their money back. Yeah. So that's what we're here to do. We're here to help you email market and, build your brand and make money.
Yeah, you mentioned Richard. He certainly goes beyond the call of duty if you need help, especially when you're a tech dummy like me. So, like me, you have quite a podcasting and radio background. Of course, your performance background goes even further. But you mentioned this earlier. Your current project is Seat of Your Pants. Tell me what that's all about. Get into some detail about it.
Well, Connor comes up with a lot of great ideas. And, when he does, it's a great idea. I mean, I constantly shoot down a lot of his ideas as well. But I mean, he's always got something cooking up. And just, a while ago, he's like, we should do podcasts. And I'm like, God, are people really doing those still? I mean, especially like with
Yes.
Clubhouse and everybody with their short attention spans and being able to grab a minute here and there, but I've been wanting to do a podcast for a while. I did the Why Not Hump Day lunch back from 2001 to 2006,
Hmm.
before it was even called podcast. It was
Right.
like an online radio show.
Right.
So I was doing that every Wednesday for 5 years. And then I took a many-year hiatus, and then I did Porn and Coffee with Thomas Scavelin.
Hmm.
And we did that from like, I don't know, it was like end of 2015. I think we did that all of 2016 and 2017. It's tough to keep up, but we knocked out like a good 50 episodes at least.
Hmm.
And over the last year or so, I've been wanting to put something together. I saw Connor put together Sell Porn or Die Trying, which
Hmm.
focuses on affiliate marketing and speaks to some serious business execs and movers and shakers.
Yep.
And I'm like, well, you know what? I like that. I like that he's doing that. I should do something. Let me just, do something that's completely different than everything that he's doing.
Sure.
So I'm like, you know what? I'm known by, lots of performers in the industry, and I'm good friends with several of them who would be a great co-host with me on the show. Mistress Kai, who I, love dearly. I figured, you know what? I think she'd be down to do something like this.
Hmm.
We're very different people in so many ways, but in other ways, we're very similar. So I'm just like, you know what? Let me just put this together. And like with a lot of things, I'm just kind of flying by the seat of my pants. And the whole point of this was, you know what? We just want to have people be a fly on the wall. Let's interview performers who are, have a good following and are well known and tend to be either friends of Kai or myself, and just do a half an hour phone conversation.
Hmm.
No plans, nothing in place. It's like, okay, people are listening in on a phone call, and
Right.
this could go anywhere. And that's, it's still evolving. We've only done like 6 episodes.
Hmm. Cool.
Yeah.
Now, as you mentioned, we've all pretty much stayed home the last year and a half. What are your travel plans for the balance of this year and next year?
That's a good question. As far
That's
as
why I
this year
asked
is
it.
concerned, as far as this year is concerned, I mean, honestly, dude, I usually go to like 10 plus shows a year. I mean,
Hmm.
I like to go to a few of the Exoticas. I like to do the AVN, Internext. I mean, I was doing Phoenix Forum when it existed. I did do at least the European Summit in Prague. I haven't been to Amsterdam for a few years, but I like doing that. And
Hmm.
of course, we've got our own events, with the Why Not Community and the Why Not Cam Awards.
Yep.
So the way I'm looking at it now, what's feasible, I mean, dude, I was supposed to do like 4 events in September, but I think it's down to 1 now.
Hmm.
So I'm thinking in September. Well, I mean, I know I am, unless something really shitty happens. I plan on going to Prague for like 6 days. I'm going to go there. I'm going to do the European Summit, and I'm just, tacking on like an extra day or 2 in front of it so I can get acclimated, because I haven't put my body through the abuse of traveling internationally and doing a show and the time zone change and everything, in 2 years. It's been since freaking,
Tell me
yeah,
about time zone changes. I just came back from the States, so.
yeah, right. So, yeah, I mean, it's like the last time I did this was September 2019, and I'm
Hmm.
used to going overseas 2 or 3 times a year every year.
Yeah.
So, not getting any younger. And it's just like, so I'm doing that in September. October, I'm doing Why Not Cam Awards and Why Not Community, and I'll be in LA for like a full week in the middle of October. Then a week or so after that, I'm going to go to the Exotica Expo in New Jersey, and I'm going to do that for like 4 days or so. We've got a double booth there. We're going to have lots of models. Jay and Dan, the owners of Exotica, from what I understand, their show in Chicago a month ago kicked ass, great turnout, and they were very safe and very smart on how they were dealing with attendees, because it's a fan show. So, it's tricky because, you're dealing with hundreds, you're dealing with thousands of people there. You don't know what's going on. So they led the way. They did a great thing. And so I'm doing that in New Jersey in late October. And then I'm going to go to their other show in December in DC. It's like the first few days of December. It's a brand new city. I've never been to DC before, so I'm
No,
going.
I haven't either.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
It's crazy.
DC in December sounds cold.
Yeah.
You're you mentioned Exotica. What's the extent of your involvement with that?
We're sponsors.
Okay.
And, I mean, they're doing Miami in September, but, it's too close to Prague for me.
Sure.
And I know I'm going to need some days off. And with the way DeSantis is running that state and all this shit, I just, I can't.
Don't
So
want
I
to. You
am.
don't want to patronize Florida. I don't blame you, man.
Yeah, I mean, considering the fact that we've got huge events going on in LA 3 weeks later,
Hmm.
I just don't want to tempt fate. I don't want to fuck
Sure,
around. So,
sure.
um, you know, so yeah, we're sponsors of Exotica, and I have a double booth spot, so it's like a 20 by 10,
Hmm.
and I usually get about a dozen models to sign at my booth. And the point of me going there is, it's a big branding thing. I want all the models and all the attendees of the show to see Why Not, because we do
Hmm.
have some consumer news. And a lot of the models, obviously, when they're trying to get nominated and voted for Why Not Cam Awards, fan voting is huge for that. I want
Yeah.
these people to be tuning into our live stream. So I'll be, even though we'll have just finished with the Why Not Cam Awards and Why Not Community a week earlier, I want people to get used to knowing our name and
Hmm.
seeing our brand and, preparing for next year.
I didn't
And then,
know. I didn't know
yeah,
you were doing consumer stuff.
we're doing a little bit of consumer stuff. I mean, obviously, we want fans to take note of us
Right.
because we've got so many models
Hmm.
that are
Hmm.
that are working with us in one way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
The other thing, obviously, is I like to go booth to booth and meet all the owners of all the different products and businesses there.
Sure.
I mean, there's novelties, there's strip clubs, there's lifestyle, there's other cam networks,
Hmm.
and usually I meet several dozen models for the first time going there and see several dozen friends.
Sure.
It's a great opportunity for me to nurture relationships and build new ones, and I always do.
I was just telling somebody a couple days ago that I should probably go to an Exotica, even though it's not really in line with what we do. There could be some benefits.
It's a fun time, and I mean, I guess it just depends on what your goals are and everything. I mean, even if you're just there to just like find new products and just see some interesting things, because I mean, they got a stage show going on. They've got like a BDSM dungeon going on.
Hmm.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
I'm there, specifically to just get my brand noticed
Right.
and bring more models into the Why Not fold, so to speak.
Right. And to see the BDSM show. Okay. So you live in Austin. There's a
Yeah.
lot going on there. Are you involved in local industry stuff there?
Yeah, actually, I am. It's been a couple of years, and I'm not getting involved this year, unfortunately. But there's the Texas Burlesque Fest,
Hmm.
which has been going on for many years.
Yep.
Lynn Raridan, who owns the Forbidden Fruit novelty and lingerie store in North Austin, she's, I believe, the first female-owned adult business in Austin
Hmm.
since like the '80s.
Wow.
Wonderful person. She's been working the Texas Burlesque Fest for years, and usually I have some sort of involvement with it, but not this year, unfortunately.
Hmm.
And then also the Texas foot parties.
Hmm.
There's a fetish foot party that goes on, run by this fantastic lady named Phoenix Stacy. I met her just recently,
Hmm.
and met her and Soul Scream, who's her videographer and significant other. And they produce these events. I guess they switch back and forth between Austin and Dallas, and that's going on. I think this episode will have aired already by the time that happens.
Hmm.
But yeah, I'm helping them promote it. I'm going to be there. I just want to get much more involved, especially like in the fetish and BDSM communities, because they're so huge and there's so much crossover with what we do. That this is it's a fun thing and it's local, and I always want to be a participant and stuff like that.
Sure. Now, Jay, you are obviously a pretty active guy. You talked about how much you normally travel, and you do a lot locally. How have you been able to keep sane the last 18 months?
Well, I got to tell you, the first few months were extremely difficult.
Yeah.
Like literally, when we were all hit with the news in March of 2020 that, this is going to go on for a while, there's going to be deaths. I mean, just when we were trying to digest the news, and we were all really more stunned than anything.
Hmm.
And, the more I dug and the more people I talked to, and, just I could see really early on things were being politicized already with it.
Yep.
But my attitude was, you know what? I'd rather just be safe than sorry, because people are
Sure.
freaking dying already. And pretty much April and May of 2020, I was just in a dark place, man.
Hmm.
It was difficult. And, then we figured it out and we were able to do things. And um, just diving into my work and just being busy all the time. I mean, for a
Hmm.
period of months, I would go out every day and I would walk, jog 2 to 4 miles.
Hmm.
And it was just like I would do whatever I possibly could to take my mind off things,
Sure.
I would say I still, from time to time, go to some pretty dark places. I
Hmm.
don't make it really public. I mean, I'll be a little bummed. I'll go on Twitter and I'll, tweet some, sympathy tweets and shit.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I don't know. I kind of keep a lot of this shit to myself and figure out ways on how to deal with it
Yeah.
and, work and having some good success over the last year and a half or so and
Sure.
not losing my ass
Hmm.
was really what kept me sane more than anything else. But
That's awesome.
yeah, all up though, it really hasn't been the happiest of times for me though, even though we've had a lot of good things happening.
It hasn't been the happiest of times for the entire world, let's face it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I've always, as you know, I've always considered you the best salesperson in our industry.
Well, thanks.
Well, you're welcome again. Now, share some tips of what to do and what not to do when trying to sell someone.
Well, one thing that people should never do is go in hot and heavy. I mean, it's
Hmm.
if you just met someone for the first time, talk to them, get to know them,
Yep.
let them know who you are, what you do, find out what they are and what they do. I
Mhm.
mean, I get a number of affiliates who don't know a fucking thing about me, and they'll send me these emails or they'll send me something through Instagram or worse, they'll send it through me through like a WhatsApp group. And
Yep.
it's just like clearly they've done zero research.
Yeah.
Sometimes language is a barrier, and I get it.
Oh, sure.
But I just see so many reps that just really they don't have a clue what the hell they're doing. I wonder how they're even able to keep jobs at their business if this is what they're doing to people. I
Right.
don't know.
Right.
So know who you're going after.
Mhm.
Don't only hit someone up every time when you're looking for something. Just things to do. It's like it's such a cumulative thing. It's a long game. There's
Right.
people that I've known in the industry for the 21 years that I've been in here.
Right.
Some of them I've never even really tried to sell to,
Hmm.
but I maintain relations with, and I know that at some point, and actually recently, I won't mention the name of the company. I wasn't getting where I wanted to get, and
Mhm.
so I'm like, you know what? I know the owner. I've known this person a long time. Screw it. I'm just going to call them,
Yeah.
and that's what I did.
Sure.
And I made a sale. I made a
Right.
good sale.
Right.
So, it just, you got to know when to push, when to hold back,
Mhm.
know something about who you're going after.
Mhm.
And, it also helps to know what some of their trigger points are.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, is this someone who likes to save money? Is this someone who likes to go big? Is this
Mhm.
someone who, needs recognition?
Hmm.
It just, every single case is different. And one thing that people should always do as well, and this is something I learned as a telemarketer back in the 80s, for Christ's sake. If you get a wrong number, don't treat it like, oh, okay, goodbye. Every opportunity is a sale.
Yeah.
I've had people misfire on social media or texting me thinking they were talking to another person, and I've actually turned it into an opportunity.
Yeah.
So view everything is an opportunity in one
Right.
way, shape, or form.
Right.
So that's all I got to say about that.
When I get spammed, I point them towards our affiliate program, ASB Cash.
Yeah. That's what you got to do. I mean, I'll get these people sending me things, and it's like if I want to spend the time and educate them a little bit, sometimes I'll do that.
Right.
But otherwise, you know what? I'll just send them a link to our media kit and go, look, if you're interested in getting your name out there, spending and wasting time doing what you're doing right now is not going to help.
Right.
What I would suggest is buy an ad. Let me put you up here. If you've got a press release, I can put it out.
Right.
You're not going to get rich and you're not going to do this overnight, but it's going to help you. And I'm here for you. And 99% of the time they choose to ignore it, and then I never hear from them again.
Well, there's that 1%. Hey, how long did you and I know each other before we became a client?
I think I probably met you in like 2004.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
It's been about 17 years. I think I got you. You bought a house or you did something with the YP Mexico, and I was selling little casitas, and I think I sold you a room as part of a bigger house, or maybe your own hotel room. I don't remember what, but that's where I met you. It's been that long.
Yeah, and oh god, I miss those shows. Oh, I miss those. I
Yeah,
miss
I do
those
too. They were
events.
so reckless.
God, oh, it was reckless. It was fun. It was crazy. But I
Yeah.
mean, we knew each other that long, and just in recent years, we started spending money with you, and I think that's
Yeah.
probably the best example of all. It's
Yeah.
things don't happen overnight. Make relationships. I agree with you wholeheartedly as someone
Yeah.
who I also consider myself to be a salesperson. Obviously, if you own a
Oh yeah,
company, you're a
definitely you are.
salesperson. And you just have to, yeah, make relationships, ask questions, be present, and just get to know people.
Yeah.
I get spammed a ton between LinkedIn, between emails, between Skype. 99.9% of the time, they have no idea who I am or what I do. And they all want
Yeah.
to sell me traffic or want to buy my traffic, or that's the most, obviously. I'm sure you get a lot of that too.
What, they want to sell me traffic or buy it or something?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, or I get that, or I get crypto, or I get
Yep.
dating offers, or I get someone throwing a million different like abbreviations my way, and I don't have a freaking clue what the hell they're talking about.
Oh, I know, huh? Yeah, the abbreviation stuff. It's like, and sometimes it has to do with the deal. And I go, I'm sorry, maybe I'm stupid, but what does that mean?
Yeah, it's just like don't assume when you're reaching out to someone that they're going to understand all your lingo and
Your
jargon. But then
jargon.
again,
Your
you
jargon.
wouldn't you wouldn't be going after the person in the first place if you actually knew something about them and what they did and that they
Yeah.
really weren't right for you and vice
Yeah.
versa. Then
Yeah.
you wouldn't have to worry about throwing jargon their way because you wouldn't be hitting them up for that.
You're absolutely right. Well, Jay, as always, thanks for being with us today on Adult Side Broker Talk, and I look forward to getting you back on again soon.
Well, I appreciate it, and I apologize to all your listeners if I went a little long-winded on everything, but you put a coin in me and I don't stop. So.
Never a problem. My broker tip today is part 2 of how to buy a site. Last week, we discussed first deciding the type of site you want to buy and then establishing what your budget is. Next, it's time to look for your new website. So where do you look? Well, Adult Site Broker is a great place to start. We always have a nice variety of website and non-website properties for sale, but if there's a particular type of site you want, we can always act as your buyer's broker to help you find just the right site. Other places to look are boards like xbiz.net and gfy.com, but to be completely honest, unless what you're looking for is really low end, you're probably not going to find what you're looking for there. Of course, you could contact site owners yourself, but take it from someone who does it for a living on a daily basis. It's a major hassle, and it can be really hard to even find out who owns a site. Almost all adult sites use Whois privacy from their domain registrar, so when you send them an email, you'll probably be sending it to an anonymous address, and in most cases, the emails aren't returned. We have a huge database of sellers, and generally, we know who owns what. And if it's a website of note, if we don't know who owns it, we can always find out. We'll talk about this subject more next week. And next week, we'll be talking to Ava Durga of Circle of Q. And that's it for this week's Adult Site Broker Talk. I'd once again like to thank my guest, Jay Kopita. Talk to you again next week on Adult Site Broker Talk. I'm Bruce Friedman.